from the backyard. Hey, Frankie.
Hello.
This is a little different.
It is. I like it, though.
Yeah. We normally don't film videos from the backyard. There's a house right there.
We live in a house? No way.
Yeah. It's got a couple of knives in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we just assembled this picnic table. Maybe I'll show a picture of that.
It's beautiful. I really like how it turned out.
Yeah, and then we finished it also, and it's awesome.
Yes.
We'll actually lift the camera and show it one of these times. But
Okay.
Anyway, yeah. We've got a knife review, one we've been looking forward to.
Yes, we have.
Yeah. When did we first see these, though?
SHOT Show 2024.
Okay, so, and they weren't available yet. It was a preview to come.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
And then we got ours. We got two of them in Blade Show Atlanta in June. Yeah.
Yes.
Were they available at that time?
Yeah, they were.
They were? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, you could get them then.
So they've been out for a little bit, but still pretty new.
Yes.
And different. We're talking about Reate before you show it.
I wanted to show it.
The anticipation.
I know.
We're talking about Reate, Chinese manufacturer of premium knives.
For sure.
We've shown a lot of Reate produced knives over the years.
And like the normal price range is like $300 to $500 or so would be our best guess.
Yeah. A lot of times they have a designer associated with them, and then they have Reate produce the knives.
Exactly, yep.
You don't see too many factory design Reate knives.
Not so much.
And that's what we have here. What you got over there?
Well, I was going to show some of the random ones that...
Random?
Yes. It's just showing off some beautiful knives.
Oh, fun.
Sharp by Design has used Reate for a long time to produce his knives. And then this was an old one, too. This is a Tog Bag Mini Glimpse.
Yeah.
Yep. So.
All right. More than a couple. More than those two.
Yes.
Anyway, let's actually get to it.
Okay.
These are Reate knives, but they don't cost as much.
No, they don't.
Talking about...
You put it upside down. Flip it around.
What do you mean? Why is that upside down?
Never mind. Okay.
Right.
I'm going to put mine the right way. It goes like that.
Anyway, she wants to start the video again. No, here they are. The PL for pivot lock.
Yes.
Right? Haven't seen too many of those in the knife world.
Not so much.
I'm thinking of the truffles.
Yeah.
But a little different.
But what does the F stand for?
So yeah, this is the PLXF. This is the pivot lock flipper model, right? So what's different about that with the other models, which you've got?
I have the XT, which is thumb stud.
Thank you. You have to
What?
make it all slow so I understand it. Thumb stud. Okay.
No. The reason why is because T and thumb doesn't really sound like it should. It's not
Instead
like
of tack,
tank
it's
or
thumb.
yeah.
All right,
I
fine.
just mean it that way.
Anyway,
Whatever.
If you're still
English is weird.
If you're still viewing the video, you can give us a thumbs up now. But seriously though, these are awesome. We both really like them. We liked them from the beginning in SHOT Show, and now that we finally have our own. What blade length? You've got one for your size?
I have 3 inches.
Yeah, and this one is 3.4?
Exactly.
3.4, yeah. You actually do have a 3-inch limit at your job.
Yes, I do.
It's a hospital where she works in, and it's just the rule there.
Yeah. But I love mine so much. Mine's micarta with the black PVD coating.
Yeah.
Which is most of the ones that we really like are the PVD coating ones.
Well, yes, they also have stonewash finished blades, and then they also have
a couple bronze and copper finished ones, which are beautiful with a black finish, a black micarta.
I don't remember seeing those, but
I did. I really liked those ones.
Yeah. But anyway, these are awesome. We both love this color combination. This is the G10. Yeah. And speed holes. That's what we call them. I like that too with the black blade.
You can see through it.
It would probably look good with a stonewash as well. But...
Yeah, you can see through it too.
All right, well, let's get into some of the details.
Okay, pricing.
Yeah.
Number one selling point is the pricing.
Okay.
Literally.
I think the number one selling point is the knife, and then you base the sale up.
Anyways,
edit.
We're getting too into it.
Yeah, they start at 112.
Yeah.
And they go up to 127, so not a big range.
No.
They are a lot less expensive than a Reate knife.
Exactly.
Typically is. But say like a Civivi,
very comparable.
I would say more expensive than a Civivi.
Well, Civivis kind of like inch their pricing up quite a bit too. So
they have on some models. Yeah.
But what are you getting for the price?
Well, you're buying the name for one thing. Reate. The knife world is familiar with them. We'll talk about blade steel. Materials, there's micarta, there's G10, and the blade finishes. What about the blade material?
Well, before you go into blade material, I was going to say the skill finishes. There's actually aluminum out there too.
Oh, right.
Which I really, really, really want because there's some really bright colors of it.
Trade you here.
But it's a solid scale.
Yeah.
So bright colors like purple, teal, orange. Craziness.
We haven't seen those. We haven't handled those.
But they're $132. They're a little bit more expensive.
All right. Yeah, but still a small range of prices.
Where's your thumb stud?
You know what?
Yours is missing a thumb stud.
Your stud's right here.
Oh, that's true.
Well, anyway, this is a serious knife review.
It is.
Nitro V is the blade steel on both of them.
Yep.
I believe it's the blade steel on all the models of the pivot lock knives.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is, it's not a cheap steel. It's not a premium steel. So you've got, say, Magna Cut, M390, S35, those steels, the powdered steels. Nitro V is, I would call it kind of in the middle of performance. It's not cheap.
No.
But there are more expensive, more premium steels. It's got corrosion resistance.
That's what I was going to say. What I like about it the most.
Going for it.
Because what I do is everything needs to be corrosion resistant because it stays in boob carry and it gets a little salty in there sometimes.
Oh, okay. Get it. Yeah, but she likes the stainless. You don't like D2.
No, I don't.
But with Nitro V, 14C28N is very similar, if not the same.
Yep.
And you see a lot of that on Civivi knives.
Right.
So
that's true too.
There you go. Take from it
what you will.
I guess. Yeah. Oh, this thing's snappy.
I know. I love mine so much.
And then the speed holes, you get to see through them.
But that's what's different too, is that the small one only comes in thumb studs and the large one only comes in flippered.
Yeah, right.
Which is kind of interesting.
If you go on the website, we'll put a link into the Reate website. There's so many colors and blade finish combinations.
Yeah. So if you like the blue, but you wanted a stonewash finish, you could get that. But the only thing is those copper and bronze finish ones are only on the black handles.
Okay.
So, something different.
And that could change. We're doing this video in fall of 24. If it's a successful model, they might do more and more.
Yeah, exactly.
I would, like you say, I would kind of like thumb studs on the longer blade. Yeah. But
I like a long stud.
All right. People wonder why we edit.
I know,
so,
exactly.
What are we talking about? We mentioned micarta and G10 and aluminum.
Yep.
Yeah. This one's, you know what we haven't talked about yet? The blade lock.
Oh, yeah.
So this is a little bit more useful on this knife. So it's locked out. The actual pivot lock does not work. You
were saying it took me a while for me to figure it out, but you thought about it first.
Well, you see how the thumb stud or the pivot lock protrudes a little bit? That's when it's deployed, right? So the blade is unlocked right now.
Yeah.
Gives you something to press and actuate. It's nice. But when it's folded, it's actually recessed. Okay, which is fine. You don't lock it when it's folded, only when it's out. So if you have the blade deployed and you get this little protrusion there, you could accidentally, when you're using the knife, you could accidentally press, you could accidentally
disengage it.
Yeah. So it is kind of nice that way.
It is.
We took it apart. Maybe I'll show a quick picture of that. There's a little spring that helps it along here. And
yeah, it was neat. And what I liked about it too, when we did take it apart, I noticed also is that sometimes when you take apart a knife, it comes out in like a million different pieces and you're like trying to put it back together. But what is nice about this is that the inner liner stays in put. So you could just take the scales off.
Yeah.
Which you talked about it too, is that it would be fun to kind of just swap scales on different ones.
To mix
and
and
it
match.
makes it easier to do so because you don't have to like recenter your blade and all that stuff that sometimes happens when you have to take it fully apart.
Sure, yeah.
So
something else that you mentioned, the holes in the micarta. Is there little? Is it the color? It looks.
There's black accent to it.
There is. It's not actual rings that are in there, but
no.
I don't know. I wonder if it's just the way the micarta looks when you drill it. So you can get a focus of that. Yeah.
Yeah, or you can like.
But not so much
color
on the blue.
it. Yeah. It is interesting. Yeah, you can almost see like the layers of the micarta inside.
Yeah, this is kind of fun. You can actuate the blade very smoothly.
Yeah. So we have had the Ascents blade show, and we've had them on the island, and we've been using them like crazy. And at first, you're kind of like, it's kind of a chunky little knife, you know, whatever. But the more you handle it, the more you play with it, the more you just absolutely love it.
Yeah.
I just really, really enjoy it.
Note real quick, when you say on the island,
yeah,
we weren't in Jamaica. The kitchen island.
Right. Yes.
We keep knives that we're currently using and carrying a lot on our kitchen island.
Yeah.
And then we also tend to use them for food stuff, for various food products.
Yeah.
No, it's just cardboard, plastic, and zip ties, that kind of thing.
Or I'll just default to what's on the island and just grab it and throw it in and...
For your EDC that day?
Exactly.
Yeah. No, we've been using them a lot. Did we mention it's ambidextrous?
Yes.
So it's not a deep carry clip. The benefit of that gives you a little something to grab to.
Yeah.
Comes in and out of the pocket really easily. This clip, very simple design, nothing fancy
it's recessed
about it.
In the scale,
yeah,
which we always like too.
It's kind of nice here on the flip side, on the other side.
Yeah.
But it is ambidextrous. A lot of times these days, I'll carry my knives in my left pocket.
Which is interesting.
I'll still use them with my right hand, but I carry them with my left. And long story short, it's mostly because I carry my phone in my right pocket.
Clanking?
Yeah, that, and it takes up too much space to have a knife and a phone in your pocket. And I'm using my phone more often than I'm using my knife, sadly.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah, but...
The other thing I like about this knife...
What's that?
Is that it's kind of a beater. So, like, when you're paying, $400 for your Reate... Let
me see.
It's just kind of nice to just have around to just kind of manhandle your boxes.
Snap. This is a Reate made knife. Leon Ma design.
Yeah.
Love it. We actually have...
One of every size and flavor.
This is the smaller. Oh, wait.
No.
There's even smaller.
Yeah. This one just came out. This is the mid-size.
The cuff kitchen utility folder. What else haven't we shown that's Reate?
I thought I showed all of these ones. Yeah, I did.
The Sharp by Design. Which one is this? The Typhoon, is it? Or is it the Evo
Typhoon?
Yeah.
Yep.
Amazing knives. But less expensive Reates here.
Well, Reate's known for their quality.
Yes.
It's just so amazing.
And we're going to say that with the review. Oh yeah, no blade play.
No blade play. It's perfectly centered, and we've been using this thing like crazy. Or I have been. Just everything about it is great.
Yeah.
We don't have any paper, but I'm going to just cut some bush.
Seriously? All right.
It slices right through the cedar bush.
Okay. The actual factory edge was good.
Yeah.
It's not spectacular. A lot of people complain about factory edges, but...
And then sharpen it.
Touch them up yourself. You should be able to.
Have a husband that will touch him up yourself. I mean, himself. Touch himself.
Edit.
Oh my gosh, what am I saying?
It's fine. I think that's everything, though. Oh, you know what? A couple of specs on
Okay, yeah.
Actually, we got to do some specs.
Do some specs. I'm going to bring up Reate's website because there's a new model coming out soon that we need to show you guys.
It's a pivot lock knife, but it's different.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, so this model, the Flipper 3.4 inch, this one's coming in at, there we go, 5.4 ounces.
Okay.
They're a little chunkier. They're not light. Okay. What's the 3-inch micarta? 4.0.
Okay.
So it's an ounce and a half.
There's a bit of girth to it.
Difference. Yeah. What's the handle thickness?
0.60.
And we consider what to be average?
Half inch.
0.50.
Yeah.
Right. blade stock.
0.14. It's a bit thicker too.
That's also a little thicker on that blade stock. Average 0.12, 0.13.
Yeah. And actually the small ones, exact same stats.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Oh, but this is the new one. It's coming out soon. It's the XE.
Yes.
But look at that blade shape.
That's going to be a flicker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You love your flickers. But even this one comes in 4 different colors. Hopefully more.
But they're not released
coming,
yet?
Yeah.
They are.
No, not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Coming soon.
A lot of times a factory, they'll do a knife and they'll do 2 or 3 colors. Reate's like, well, it's not out yet, but there's 50 colors.
I want this one. It's black micarta and black PVD coating.
Yeah.
And I bet it will be about the same price range. It doesn't have it listed of what it is, but it's same materials, Nitro V, micarta.
Sure.
4.7 ounces, so it's right about the same. Open length is 8 inches. So,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. All right. Well, if you have handled them or if you own them, in the comments, definitely leave a comment. What's your impressions? We first tried the pivot lock over a year ago. It was the Truffles.
Yeah.
And that's a titanium knife. That's a lot more premium. They are nice though.
It's
what do you
so
think?
fun.
Yeah. What do you think of pivot locks? Let us know.
I think there should be more of them.
I'm guessing there probably will be.
Yeah.
Remember the crossbar craze of 2022 and 2023?
Yeah. Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the next craze? Who knows?
Is there a Civivi pivot lock yet? Not at the time of doing this video.
Not that I can think
I
of.
don't think so. We could be wrong.
Interesting.
But... All right. No, we'll call that good.
The other question is,
what?
Do you guys like the outdoor atmosphere?
Well,
the backyard.
This is the backyard atmosphere.
Yeah.
Yeah. We since we put this picnic table together, we figured we'll ultimately be able to do more videos.
Yeah. We'll be out here in the snow, which will be fun.
The park, though,
is right there.
Is right over there.
So inconvenient.
I just don't like walking.
It's like
there.
A good 3-minute drive.
Yeah, I don't like walking there in my slippers.
Right.
Okay. No, we'll call that good.
Okay.
All right, make sure to subscribe, leave a comment, and check out our Etsy store. We occasionally sell the knife or 2
exactly
on there. So I think that's everything. And Instagram, make sure you look at us on Instagram. All right, thanks a lot for joining us.
Bye.